Hi, this is Deacon John Wilson, Education Enrichment Director for West Angeles Church, here to discuss with you now more provisions of the big, beautiful bill. I want to focus on loan repayment because there's a really big lie being told about loan repayment. I didn't understand the lie at first. I didn't think it was a lie, actually, again, until I read the bill. That a lot of you are hearing things in other areas like healthcare that are not true. I got a really interesting video to play for you on healthcare that I may or may not react to. I may just play the video of a young person on Instagram who really had it down right. But I'm here to talk about the repayment of loans and the big beautiful bill. Stand by. All right, I thought it would blow up the text a little bit more so you can I want you to see the changes. Section 321, you can see that right over here. This section terminates all current student loan repayment plans for loans dispersed on or after July 21st. So they're going to keep the old plan for students who have loans right now. Okay? There may be some slight tweaks, but loans that are issued for students in the fall, when those loans go into repayment, it's going to be different than it is now. They almost didn't have to say this, but the problem is when you start off with these words, what does that say to people? They never see this. So what they assume is they're not going to be student loans for current students anymore, or for there's not going to, I'm sorry, that any repayment plans will be canceled for students right now, and they're going to have to pay back their loans. They may even read in here that there won't be loans in the future, and that's what I'm hearing, that, student loans are going to go away, but that's not true. Let's go through this, though. You can see what this really says now. It terminates all current student loan repayment plans for loans dispersed on or after July 1st, which is the fall 2026 students, of which those of you as rising seniors, you'll be those. But you don't worry about repayment right away anyway, do you? The Department of Education may only offer borrowers two options for repayment of student loans. A standard repayment plan, they've always had that, where they recommend the payment, with the length of the repayment term, listen to this, determined by the total amount borrowed. Okay? So there's probably going to be some kind of a table where you get to see for certain amounts you borrow how long you'll have. My guess is with the larger amounts, you'll have longer to repay, which means more interest, by the way. And the second is an income-based repayment plan, similar to the one they have now, but it's going to be known under a different name, repayment assistance plan. So the word assistance tells me a lot because it means they're going to assist borrowers with repaying. Because under the last administration, they used this one to make it so students never really had to pay back their loans. So their loans just stayed out there forever and were not accumulating interest. So it was almost like loan forgiveness because there were no consequences for not repaying. But here, there's going to be an assistance plan, which means you're going to make payments. Now, somewhere down here, look at this. Beginning July 1st, 2025, the borrower must pay a minimum of $10. So if you have a student that they figured out didn't owe anything, they're still going to owe $10. And if you look at this one here again, if a student has a hardship, they're still going to have to pay something toward their loans. But continuing on from the top here, Section 322, it's really 30,022, eliminates the economic hardship and unemployment deferments. So when you see the words economic hardship, you're thinking about bankruptcy. And in fact, in some cases, like in the case of disability, you could go bankrupt. But as you're going to see later, there's going to be still a minimum payment needed, probably $10, probably a little more once they figure out your situation. Because even people that are disabled have income. And so it gets into the repayment assistance plan, doesn't it? So it eliminates economic hardship. It takes that away, which I think is fair. I mean, there are lots of students I know that took out loans 20 years ago that got forgiveness and hadn't made one payment. They just want to eliminate that from happening again. It was declared unconstitutional, but they already got their forgiveness. So eliminating economic hardship and unemployment deferments, like when you were unemployed, you didn't have to make any payments, but your interest accumulation was stopped too. So beginning July 1st, which is now, on current loans, there's no more unemployment deferments. It reduces the total period a borrower may be in forbearance. So you can't be in forbearance forever. I suspect they're just going to collect them. This is where they'll be able to do collections on loans. You know, a lot of people have gone ahead because of my earlier videos and gone in and made arrangements to pay off their loans. So that's fine. You'll see something about that in a minute. A borrower who is serving in a medical or dental internship or residency program may be eligible for forbearance in which no interest accrues for the first year. However, interest does accrue for future 12. So people who get medical degrees will not have to make payments for a year, it seems to me. And then the interest will start. And that's great I'm so glad they have this in here because we have a shortage of those and it'd be very good. I'm gonna make sure I tell all my students who are in medical school about this. This is very important, that you don't have to immediately pay those loans back because while you're in an internship, you don't have enough income to pay it back. This section allows borrowers to rehabilitate a defaulted loan twice. So if you go in now, I have a lot of parents who are in default on their PLUS loans who've come to me. If you go in and get a rehabilitation of your loan twice, right? Well, you can do it once, but then you can do it again one time, which is great. People can renegotiate their loans and then it goes in again. I just realized I have a couple of parents I need to call back on this. However, beginning on July 1st, 2025, the borrower must pay a minimum amount of $10. Okay? The following stuff here, I'll let you read it. It's on the public sector, public service loan program. This section allows payments under the new repayment assistance plan to count as qualifying payments. Now, I had heard the repayment assistance plan will be available for current students, so you can still get loan forgiveness if you're a public service employee working for the federal government. Also, state governments and city governments too. Okay, you could read this over. It's regarding that. And let's see. And that's it. The next section's on Pell Grants. I will definitely make sure that I cover Pell Grants. Again, I'm link you to the direct drive, my drive, to read the copy you just read. Plus, I'll share with you all of the total text of the bill and my email address. You can see those below. I hope that helps a whole lot. Hope that's helping you. Again, if you like videos like this, you want to see more like it, you want to be notified when I drop these, so I drop these tonight, you want to get notified, click like and subscribe. A like helps me to get my videos to get further reach. Subscribe allows you to get notifications. If you click that notification button that comes up, you'll be notified when I drop videos. All right, thank you very much. God bless you. Bye-bye now.